Hello and welcome to This Week in East Brunswick, the township's own news and information program. Today we'll go to two parades in town. First stop is the 50th anniversary parade for the East Brunswick Independent Fire Company, held last Saturday on the Old Bridge Turnpike. Next, it's over to Frost School to learn more about their Just Say No to Drugs campaign and parade, which was held 2 weeks ago. Then we'll go to Warnsdorfer Elementary School for a look at their 20th birthday celebration. Dolly Vasta will have information on this summer's Arts Commission programs and on our regular features with Adrian Eisner's Consumer Aware, and we'll close with our weekly Township Council review. But first, here's a look at what's on Channel 8 next week. Due to the Memorial Day holiday, there will be no cable casts on Monday. Tuesday at 7 p.m., it's in print from the libraries of Beverly Hills, California. And at 7:30, Let's Talk Health with Ken Shalhoub and his guest, Dr. Michael Rothkopf, discussing chronic lung disease. At 8 p.m., Paul Hansen hosts You and Your Money, and at 8:30, it's Business Bylines with John Runyon and his guest, Walter Pereira, discussing the local business climate. Wednesday at 3 p.m., it's Stories for the Kids from the library. At 7:30, Spotlight on Education, hosted by Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Joseph Sweeney. And at 8 p.m., Channel 8's Stuart Davis brings you 18, Growing Up in East Brunswick, with a discussion of drugs and alcohol. We'll be back next Thursday at 7 and 8 with an all-new This Week in East Brunswick, with Psychology in Action at 7:30. Be sure to check the Channel 8 program guide for repeats of all these shows.
Hi, I'm Dolly Vasta, Arts Coordinator.
And I'm Karen Burke, Manager of Recreation.
And we're high above East Brunswick right at the moment. Before I take another Dramamine, let's tell them about Memorial Day, which is going on beneath us.
Okay, May 29th, Sunday at 1 o'clock, the official ceremony for the honoring our veterans begins. That's followed by a mini concert by our East Brunswick High School band at the gazebo with Armed Forces hymns. And you fill the rest.
Okay, 2 to 5, we've got a lot of food, hot dogs, hamburgers, ice cream.
All free, by the way.
Beverages, all free. Continuous entertainment by the Molasses Hill Band. During the break times, they will have a clown mime, and then a special treat from Great Adventure. We will be having Sylvester and Bugs Bunny, my very favorite. So don't forget to come out, all of you. It's a great family
And
day.
games. We'll have games for the young people. So the Recreation Department will supply games for everybody to have fun.
Okay, the date again, May
29th, 1 o'clock.
Right, in case of rain, it'll still be held at the Senior Citizen Center. Oh Lord, I hope we get down soon.
Me too, Dolly. This isn't my day.
Hi, I'm Stuart Davis for This Week in East Brunswick, and today I'm at the 50th anniversary of the Independent Fire Company. They're having a parade to celebrate this great event. I spoke with the chief of the parade about the event.
50 years ago, the Old Bridge Volunteer Fire Company was in existence, and they handled the southern end of the township. And they decided that the group of people from this end decided that to improve protection for the residents, that they would begin another fire company. Right across the street, there's a building that at one time was a bar where the first meetings of the fire company were established and went on, and a group of individuals, through their own money and donations from the township, began the Independent Fire Company. Over the course of 50 years, we have built a total of 3 stations. We have purchased an administration building. We now have 10 pieces of equipment. We have in the works right now, in addition to our main house, which is at Willow Street, to handle the load that we now have.
And what area does your fire company cover?
We cover from Racetrack Road north up to the New Brunswick borderline and out into Colonial Oaks area. We border off with the Brookview Fire Company.
Tony Alexander, as president of the Independent Fire Company, how were you involved in the planning and preparation of the parade?
Basically, when I assumed the presidency a year and a half ago, the committee had already been formed about 3.5 to 4 years ago. A lot of preparation was done then, and the preparation stepped up during the last year and a half that I've been in. The committee has worked very hard over the last 18 months to make this become a reality from both a financial and an organizational standpoint. The committee worked very hard in that respect.
What are the parameters of the parade? How large is it?
Right now, the parade length of march is about 1.6, 1.7 miles. It'll begin at the Mid-State Mall and go down to Arthur Street and then across to the high school. Approximately 140 marching units, probably between 275 and 300 pieces of apparatus, weather providing. With the weather as is today, we may not have some people show.
Where are you getting all the equipment and all? Where are they coming from?
The invitations went out to just about the entire state. We did have a bit of a conflict with Somerset County because it's their 300th anniversary today. We still had a very, very heavy response from South and Central Jersey.
Okay, and you mentioned the weather. You think it's gonna?
Absolutely, this will clear up. The chief already talked to God.
Oh yeah, after all week.
He has a direct line.
All right, great. As a fireman, how do you feel about the parade? What does it mean to you?
Well, it's exciting. You reach that sort of a benchmark and you look past across the last 50 years and all you can do is look towards the future and see good things ahead. It's been a lot of hard work reaching this point, a lot of major changes, and we're bullish on the future.
Okay, and how do you feel the future's going to unfold? What are you looking forward to?
Provided we have the men who have the dedication, the capabilities of doing what we're doing now, nothing but positive thoughts towards it.
Mm-hmm. And how do the other men feel?
Very excited, working very, very hard. You're talking 18-hour days for the last month or so, and we have some people who put out a tremendous effort.
And what kind of floats and parade vehicles can we look forward to seeing?
You're going to see probably about 15 marching bands. The Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts are going to be involved, local civic groups, and then in our own organization, our wives and children put together a float, which will be in the beginning of the parade with us, to get them involved also.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to speak with the Grand Marshal of the parade. Chief, could you tell me where he is, who is he, and why he is being honored in this way?
Bill Peck was chosen to be the Grand Marshal of the parade for his service to the fire company. He has been a member of our company for 35 years. He has held every office that we have. He is also currently the chairman of the Board of the Commissioners of District 2, which we serve. His lifetime has been evolved around firefighting and fire safety. His work employment when he was working was a fire protection engineer for the ISO, Insurance Services Offices. So we felt it was an honor befitting him.
Last week, Warnsdorfer Elementary School celebrated its 20th birthday party. For 20 years now, the school has been teaching kindergarten through 6th grade and is presently teaching K through 5. Present at the party were students, teachers, parents, and even a few members of the Warnsdorfer family. Also present was Gabe Amatucci, the school's first principal. Here's School Information Officer Amy Fisher.
Here we have a little bit of the past figures in Warnsdorfer school history. First is Gabe Amatucci, who was the first principal of this school. Hi, Gabe.
Hi.
What are some of your memories about when Warnsdorfer school first opened?
Well, Amy, going back a long time, I remember what a thrill it was to be for the first principal of a brand new open school, to be able to hire and interview teachers, and what an opportunity it was for a new area that was growing steadily. Really look forward to it. We had a lot of anticipation, and of course we were rewarded with a lot of wonderful children. They still are.
Were you here when Warnsdorfer was just a kindergarten school at the beginning?
Well, it's funny you mention that, because when I began to interview teachers for the first time, it was during the summer, and just before the summer. And they were just completing the January through June time that the kindergarten, all the kindergartens were located in this building. And it was a lot of fun, just seeing those little tykes running around while I'm still beginning preparations for the new school.
And now we have Bob Jangenol, who was the principal at Warnsdorfer School until October, just about, and then he went over to Churchill Junior High. Do you miss it, Bob?
Well, moving to the next level is certainly a far different experience than dealing with youngsters, and especially the direction that this school took over time. There was about a 6-year span between when Gabe left and I came, and generally the time that I was here was characterized by a lessened pace of development, and there was more settling throughout this area, and it also became more of a diversified school, and that more special education programs came in. Weber School closed during that time period and was redistricted into this area, so it was really a time of very subtle change, but a time when the school really became more comprehensive.
Well, thank you very much, and have a nice time at the birthday party.
Now we need a magic wand. Here we go. Just hold that thing up. She's going to take the wand. I count to 3. Oh. Turn this way. Okay, hold this wand up there now. Give me this one then. You put this one up. There you go. Okay, now we're ready. Okay, now, I don't need a wand.
With me is Mr. Jim Farrell, who's the principal of the school, and Pat Duffy, the PTA president. Unfortunately, Mr. Farrell has laryngitis and he can't talk today, but we'll talk to Pat. Hi, Pat. When did you start planning for this?
We started planning for this birthday party in January. We had a committee of students and PTA people and teachers formed in the committee.
Looks like lots of things are going on. Do you want to tell us about some of the things that are happening here?
Okay, first we had a skit by the Student Council about the Warnsdorfer family. Then we had Dot Kleckner, our school nurse, told us a bit of history about the Warnsdorfer school. Now we have a clown acting. We have a time capsule, which all the students have put something into it, and they're telling all about it. They have pictures of themselves in it. After the clown is done, we're going to sing some songs.
And then if the weather holds up, you have some bad weather today, but if the weather holds up, what will you be doing?
If the weather holds up, we're all going to go outside and hold hands around the school and sing happy birthday. And then we're going to come back inside and have cake and soda.
And you have lots of cakes. How many cakes do you have?
We have 5 cakes for the children and the guests.
Well, congratulations and happy birthday to Warnsdorfer School.
Look, there's the beach. It's coming up. Isn't something else happening there over the Memorial Day weekend?
Oh, yeah,
What?
sure.
Come on,
Well, you know, it's free. The whole weekend is free to anybody that wants to come and enjoy the services of the community beach. It opens at 11, closes at 8. Come on down and swim, bathe in the sun, grab a hot dog, a hamburger, and just enjoy. And there are a lot of other things going on at the beach this year too, Dolly.
Oh, that's right. Our concert series.
Hi, I'm Amy Fisher. I'm the information officer for the school district. Today I'm at Frost School for Just Say No to Drugs Day, and with me is Dolores Susick, the school nurse, who's going to tell us what's going on. Hi, Dolores.
Hi.
Tell us about what's happening here today.
Well, a little while back, Dr. Burnett received some information about Just Say No to Drugs Day, and we decided that it would be a good thing for Frost School students to proclaim their resistance to the use of drugs. So we're going to be having a march with all the children today, and they've made banners and headbands and kite banners, and each one has in their own way expressed the idea that they will say no to drugs when they have to make the decision.
Mm-hmm. And we have a new drug curriculum this year, is that in the elementary schools, is that true?
Yes, Just Say No. Here's Looking at You 2000, and the children really are involved in it, and it does a lot with developing decision making, helping them to raise their self-esteem, so that when the day comes that they have to make this decision, they'll make it with some background knowledge and some of the skills needed to say no.
I understand that the student council was involved in planning for the day?
Yes, I spoke to Barbara Arnott, who is one of our teachers, and she's also the sponsor for the student council, and we decided that it should really come through the students, not from the staff. So Barbara took it to the student council, and they developed it and worked with the students, and they're really the ones that got the whole thing going today.
Well, thank you very much. I guess we'll talk to Barbara a little bit now about the council.
Good.
Here's Barbara Arnott, who is the advisor to the student council at Frost School. Barbara, what have your student council people done to get ready for today?
Well, first of all, when I was approached as to whether or not they would be interested in doing this, I must tell you that it was 100% unanimously voted to adopt this as one of our projects. It ties in with the health curriculum, but more important, I think the kids realized the need, and the kids were impressed with the fact that our school was going to be participating in the national Just Say No to Drug Week. It's been a combined project. The art teacher helped with some of the projects. Everybody in the school has done something, and the student council officers has just given 100% cooperation in just making this day the success I'm sure it's going to be.
Maybe you can tell us the names of the student council officers.
Our student council officers are Stephanie Toto, President, Mark Yanako, Vice President, Ryan Davis, Secretary, and Eva King, Treasurer.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and good luck with your day. You have
Thank
a beautiful
you.
day for a parade.
We sure do.
Karen, look over there. We're going over the fairgrounds. Isn't that where the Camp Daisy Fair is going to be? What are the dates for it?
Well, May 25th to May 29th from 2 to 11 p.m. and it's to benefit the Daisy Recreation Program sponsored by the township.
What is the Camp Daisy program?
You don't know? Well,
I know, they don't know.
Oh, okay. It's a program for handicapped young people and adults. And we run a 7-week program in the summer and a 26-week program on Saturdays from the fall to the winter.
So this fair benefits Camp Daisy then?
Absolutely. The BIC Association is sponsoring it, and they provide all our scholarships and put a lot of money into our program and help us out.
Oh boy, that sounds like fun. I can hardly wait. Oh, I love fairs, and I hate heights.
And admission is free, folks, so you just have to pay for the rides.
Oh, shush. And just look around you.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This month, Health Facts focuses on mental health with Doug Halverson of the Middlesex County Mental Health Clinic.
Of all human catastrophes, those which strike down the young at the very beginning of life, those seem the most senseless and tragic. And of all catastrophes striking the young, suicide seems to most adults the most painful and disturbing. For many of us, youth suicide is almost incomprehensible. But senseless or tragic or painful or disturbing or incomprehensible, youth suicide occurs. Social statistics often seem to confuse more than they clarify, but a few do seem illuminating here. According to the U.S. Public Health Service, for the 15 to 24-year-old age group from 1950 to 1980, the reported suicide rate in our country rose from 4.5 to 12.3 per 100,000. This represents a 173% increase in that 30-year period. In our own state of New Jersey, in 1980, 125 15 to 24-year-olds were reported to have killed themselves. Even closer to home, in 1981, there were 11 youth suicides right here in Middlesex County. There is some evidence that the current rates are somewhat lower, but the bitter fact remains that young people continue to kill themselves at a distressing rate. As is so often the case in deeply troubling human experience, the whys of youth suicide remain at best incompletely identified. However, some certainties do exist. It is a certainty that young people who consider suicide give some advance evidence or warning of their intent. It is a certainty that alcohol or drug abuse often accompanies suicidal thought and behavior. It is a certainty that most suicidal young people are ambivalent about dying and seemingly gamble with death. It is a certainty that though suicidal young people may not necessarily be mentally ill, they are profoundly unhappy. It is a certainty that listening to a suicidal person and taking their feelings seriously may enable them to accept help. It is a certainty that caring professional help is available. It is a certainty that having a young person angry at you for getting them help is infinitely better than avoiding their anger at the price of keeping their secret to their grave. It is a certainty that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. What then is to be done? Is there a way to suicide-proof our youthful family members and friends? The single most significant antidote to child and adolescent suicide is positive self-esteem. We, as concerned adults, need to keep ever in mind that actions speak louder than words. We must demonstrate our respect for human life in the ways we treat not only our own children, but in how we treat all people. Young people need to be reminded and have reinforced over and over again the value of their own unique identity, interests, skills, and qualities. We must aggressively respond to young people's legitimate needs with sensitivity, respect, and compassion. We must unhypocritically teach children and adolescents the insidious dangers of alcohol and drug abuse. We must give life and breath to hope through warm and loving relationships. At every level of our family and community lives, it must be made unmistakably clear that violence is not the way to achieve any desired results. May is National Mental Health Month.
It's a good time to renew our efforts to reduce youth suicide. Further information may be requested from Catholic Charities at 257-6100, the South Amboy Memorial Hospital at 721-1000, or Middlesex County Mental Health Clinic at 613-9100. I'm Doug Halverson from the Middlesex County Mental Health Clinic, a service to Middlesex County residents sponsored by the Board of Chosen Freeholders, and this is Health Facts.
It's okay, you can look, we're almost down, and guess where we're landing? Right next to the East Brunswick Water. What a great place that is.
I have to tell them all about the program that's coming there.
I hope so.
The Talented Young Musicians concert will be there on June 5th, 7:30 p.m. The tickets are only $3. These young people are the winners of the auditions in April, and we have a wonderful guest artist, Valerie Goodell, lyric soprano.
Wow.
I hope all of you in the township will come out and support this program. It's really one of the greatest.
I'm sure.
Let's recap some of the great shows that we've got coming up. Okay, beginning with
Immediately, May 25th, Wednesday, the Daisy Fair at Middlesex County Fairgrounds.
Right, and then Saturday at the beach.
Right, free, open from 11 to 8 o'clock, so come on down.
May 29th is our Memorial Day.
Correct, and then after Memorial Day is over at 5:30, you folks can go right down to the Daisy Fair at Middlesex County. It's the last day of the fair, so come on down and support the program.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And then the next week will be June 5th, and that's the concert.
Right.
Hey!
Pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Let's
Now
go
get
eat
me
some
out of
lunch.
here.
Yeah, how about lunch, Dolly?
Hello, and welcome to Consumer Aware. I'm Adrienne Eisner, Director of the East Brunswick Consumer Affairs Office. As many of you are aware, the Township of East Brunswick is now in the process of cable franchise renewal. As part of these proceedings, the Township Council will conduct a public hearing to gather input for the purpose of reviewing Stora Cable's past performance and to discuss community future cable-related needs. At this point in the process, no determination will be made as to whether or not the franchise will be renewed. This is in accordance with the requirements set forth by the Office of Cable Television in the Board of Public Utilities. Hearings for this purpose will be conducted in 1989 after Stora Cable submits its proposal to the township. This hearing is for the purpose of fact-finding, and it will be held on Tuesday evening, May 31st, 7 o'clock p.m. in the courtroom in the East Brunswick Municipal Building. The public is invited to participate in the assessment of Stora's past performance and the projection of future cable-related needs in our community. The decision in the future on whether or not to renew will be largely based on the information presented at the public hearings. Please keep the date in mind. That's Tuesday evening, May 31st, 7 o'clock p.m. in the courtroom of the East Brunswick Municipal Building. If you have any questions relating to the hearing or any consumer problems, please call us at the East Brunswick Consumer Affairs Office. We're located in the Municipal Building, and our hours are from 9 o'clock a.m. until 5 p.m. The telephone number is 390-6954. Thank you for joining me on Consumer Aware. See you again next time.
At Monday's Township Council meeting, a school-aged childcare or latchkey program was approved by ordinance in a 3-to-1 vote. Councilman Jack Sinagro was not present. William Kirk, the lone dissenting vote, expressed philosophical reservations, stating that childcare should be the responsibility of parents, not of government. Sandra Landman, latchkey coordinator, felt that the parents involved were not seeking to avoid responsibility. "We love our children. We're not child neglectors. We just need help," she said. The program, which is designed to be self-supporting, will be administered by the Department of Parks and Recreation. The council also approved parking rates for the new Exit 9 facility scheduled to open in approximately 1 week. Permit parking will cost $20 per month for residents, $40 for non-residents. A $5 day rate will be charged during the week, $2 on weekends. Some councilmen expressed support for free senior citizen parking at the site. There will be a public hearing on June 13th on an ordinance which would provide funding to improve and expand parking at the municipal complex. The proposed new lot would be located next to existing senior citizen and police department parking. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching.